Welcome back to the Tech Titans Showdown, where we explore the biggest battles in the tech world. I'm your host, Ahmed Salim, and in this episode 2 of our deep dive into the rise and fall of Nokia and BlackBerry. In the last episode, we explored how these two companies became the unspotted kings of the mobile industry. Nokia ruled the global market with its stable and reliable phones, while BlackBerry was the ultimate choice for business professionals thanks to its security and messaging system. But as we all know, neither of them holds that power today. So what went wrong? How did Nokia and BlackBerry go from dominating the mobile industry to struggling for survival? In today's episode, we'll break down the key mistakes that lead to their downfall, from bad software discussions to underestimating their competitions. Let's get started. Let's start with Nokia. At its peak in 2007, Nokia controlled nearly 50% of the global mobile market. They had millions of loyal customers and a reputation for making the most durable phones. But there was a shift happening, the rise of smartphones. In 2007, Apple introduced the iPhone, changing everything. It wasn't just a phone, it was a touchscreen computer in your pocket. Soon after, Google launched Android, allowing multiple works to build smartphones with advanced software. So how did Nokia respond? They didn't. Instead of adapting to the new touchscreen trend, Nokia stuck with its old operating system, Symbian, which was outdated and clunky. Meanwhile, companies like Apple and Samsung pushed boundaries with App Store, slick designs, and faster software updates. But Nokia was too confident in its power. They dismissed touchscreens, believing that physical keyboards were still the future. By the time Nokia realized its mistake, it was too late. In 2011, they desperately attempted to recover by partnering with Microsoft and adopting Windows Phone instead of Android. But it was a deeply discussion. Windows Phone never gained popularity and Nokia lost more market share. By 2013, Nokia's phone division was in trouble, and in 2014, Microsoft officially acquired Nokia's mobile businesses, marking the end of an age. Now, let's talk about BlackBerry. If bad software choices caused Nokia downfall, BlackBerry's biggest mistakes was ignoring the consumer market. BlackBerry was built for business professionals. Its devices were famous for their physical keyboards, BBM messaging, and strong security. But when Apple introduced the iPhone and Google launched Android, BlackBerry refused to change. While iPhone and Android phones were offering full touchscreens, BlackBerry insisted that its physical keyboard was fine. They didn't believe that everyday consumers wanted smartphones. They thought touchscreens were just a trend, but the biggest mistake. They ignored apps. Apple's App Store and Google Play Store created an entire ecosystem of mobile apps, games, social media, banking, and streaming service. Meanwhile, BlackBerry's App Store, BlackBerry World, was nearly empty. Developers didn't want to make apps for a platform with a shrinking user base. By the time BlackBerry tried to release touchscreen phones like the BlackBerry Storm and later the BlackBerry 10 series, it was too late. iPhone and Android had already taken over the market. By 2016, BlackBerry stopped making its phones. Instead, they started approving their brand to other makers. Today, BlackBerry is no longer a major player in the mobile market. So, if Nokia and BlackBerry fail, who took their place? The answer is clear: Apple and Samsung. Apple's iPhone introduced the world to a new way of using phones: a full touchscreen, reflexive interface, and an ecosystem of apps. Instead of focusing on just hardware, Apple built an entry experience connecting the iPhone to the iPad, Mac, and App Store. Samsung, on the other hand, took a different approach. They partnered with Google and fully embraced Android. They released multiple models at different prices points, allowing them to attract a wider audience than Apple. Samsung also took risks, introducing larger screens, better cameras, and fast wireless charging before anyone else. This aggressive innovation helped Samsung dominate the Android market. By 2012, Samsung had overtaken Nokia as the world's largest phone manufacturer. And today, Apple and Samsung continue to lead the industry, while Nokia and BlackBerry are barely suitable in the smartphone world. So, what can we learn from the fall of Nokia and BlackBerry? The first one, adapt or die. Technology change fast. Companies that refuse to evolve will be left behind. And in the second one, software matters. It's not just about making good hardware. The success of Apple and Android showed that user experience and apps are just as important as the device itself. And the third one, never underestimate the competition. Both Nokia and BlackBerry dismissed Apple and Google as trendy competitors. They didn't take them seriously until it was too late. In our next episode, we'll explore what happened to Nokia and BlackBerry after their downfall. Did they manage to recover? Are they still making phones? And what lessons do other companies learn from their mistakes? Thanks for listening to the Tech Titans Showdown. I am Ahmed Salam, and I'll see you in the next episode. See you later. Bye.